what else is there to prove? What's up, Broncos country? My name is Brandon Gilchrist. Well, 75,911 fans watched our Denver Broncos beat the defending AFC West champions at home. Now let's talk about the atmosphere for just a moment. You could feel the gravity of this game before it even started. It felt like the playoffs. You could tell the fans recognized the importance of this game. And if you didn't know, you knew when you arrived to the stadium because the CBS national crew was on site, parked right in front of the stadium, showing the significance of this game. Fans were able to get right up next to the stage and watch Jim Brown, Nate, Bill, Matt Ryan talk about the game and everything happening around the league right there, right up close next to the production team. The entire crew was awesome to interact with. They were friendly to the fans, took pictures with them between segments. It was a fun atmosphere before the game even started. I also ran into Romy Bean, who is with CBS Colorado. I still remember her as a cheerleader when she wore a dinosaur costume during Halloween and wore it the entire game, including doing cheerleading routines in it, which was hilarious. Romy was gracious as expected, and it was fun to actually talk to her before the game. Before kickoff, we finally had a flyover during the national anthem for the first time since the government shut down, and you could tell fans were stoked about this. And that definitely added to the atmosphere and making it feel like this game was right. Then the game starts, and let me tell you, when the defense was on the field, that stadium was rocking. That's the loudest I've heard it in a long time. And it was like that the whole game. You could tell that Broncos country understood the assignment, and it was so fun to be in the middle of that atmosphere. The media continues to search for the best offense in the NFL right now, when this season is clearly about defense. This is how teams win in 2025, and the Broncos are doing exactly what they need to do to be successful. This team is resilient. I think what we're finding is the strength of this team is really in their depth. They've lost Patrick Surtain, Alex Singleton, J.K. Dobbins, and other depth on this team, and they still continue to win and find success. This was such a well-rounded victory for this team. It was awesome to see every phase step up. Are there things to clean up? Yes, of course. But this team is taking the steps that they need to be successful and put themselves in position for the postseason. They sit on top of the AFC in prime position for the number one seed in the playoffs. Come on! Now, there were a bunch of key moments in this game. It was awesome to see the offense get the ball to start the game and put together a sustained drive that culminated in 3 points. I said we missed Marvin Mims in special teams and the offense, and boy did that show. Welcome back, Marvin Mims. A 70-yard return at the beginning of the game to just let us know how much we needed you, and we missed you. We did. We missed you. Won't you ever leave us again. Taking a step back and looking at this game, there were some key penalties that happened that frankly put the Chiefs in position to score, and they happened because of our defense. Without those, I'm not sure if this actually would have been as close a contest as it was. After some back and forth, like classic divisional matchups tend to be, in the third quarter, you started to see it come together. Jaquan McMillan with an awesome interception in the red zone of Patrick Mahomes. J-Mac had himself a day. The Broncos immediately followed that up with an 11-play drive, 89 yards, and a touchdown run from Jaleel McLaughlin. As usual, Mahomes did some Mahomes things. The Chiefs immediately followed up our touchdown drive with a touchdown drive of their own. Part of that was really the only long completion Mahomes had in this game, a 61-yard bomb to Taquan Thornton, just over Jaquan's reach. It was a good play, and you knew they were going to at least get one. After some more back and forth, a field goal from us, another touchdown drive from the Chiefs, we enter into culminating moments of the fourth quarter. The Broncos offense once again put together a great drive, culminating in a 54-yard field goal from Will Lutz. Then following that, the defense once again comes up big, forcing the Chiefs into a 3-and-out with an awesome cornerback sack from Jaquan McMillan, the second of the day for him. And then finally, just like it was written, the Broncos put together a great drive. Some clutch throws from Bo Nix, some clutch catches from Courtland Sutton, from Troy Franklin, from Pat Bryant that culminated in a 35-yard field goal from Will Lutz. If that doesn't take you back to the moments from last season, I don't know what else would. I remember my reaction to last season and the blocked field goal, and as crushing as that loss was, I was stoked after that game. I could feel an actual true rivalry after that game, and that the Broncos were back in a position to be able to compete with the Chiefs. And it was poetry. 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 Come on. It was a good day. Let's talk about this defense. Another masterclass from this group. They continue to take hits here, not having Patrick Surtain in this game, having to shuffle around who's going to wear the green dot because Alex Singleton is healing up, and they didn't lose a step. They put great pressure on Mahomes all game, and you could tell he was uncomfortable and not having himself a good day. One awesome play that didn't even count because of some untimely penalties was a pick six from Jahdae Barron. We continue to see flashes from that guy, and when you watch replays, you see how well he matched up also against Travis Kelce, creating some pass breakups in this game as well. Jahdae is emerging as a player. This defense was able to sack Mahomes 3 times, 2 from McMillan, 1 from DJ Jones. They continue to stack up tackles for loss, 8 quarterback hits in this one, 4 passes defensed. They held the Chiefs to 1 of 4 in the red zone. That's a massive accomplishment for a team that is so creative in the red zone and great at converting for touchdowns. When we look at our offense, we knew rushing could be difficult for the day, and frankly, I'm okay with the performance that they had. 21 rushes for 59 yards split between everyone. This is going to get better, and I would expect the team to continue to adjust here. Jaleel McLaughlin was activated for this game and stepped up with a rushing touchdown. He's sneaky great at rushing between the tackles, and he helped convert a few first downs today. RJ was 11 for 30 yards, and I expect this to get better with him just getting more and more touches. I also want to see them keep RJ in the passing game. He really has emerged as a joker for this team. Balancing the rushing and the passing for him will be key to success for this offense going forward. It was also nice to see a couple designed runs for Bo in this one. Would I like to see more? Yes, but I completely understand wanting to make sure Bo is protected. When you look around the league, one of the keys to even just finding success in the NFL is making sure that your quarterback stays healthy. We see example after example of quarterbacks getting hurt, and it completely sets the team back. So I understand not wanting to force this too much and to leave Bo's scramble abilities to be more of his rushing contribution. In terms of the passing game, it was so nice to see Courtland Sutton incorporated back into this game and targeted as he should be. He should receive the most targets on this team, and it shouldn't even be a question. The chemistry between him and Bo is evident, especially when you look at that final drive of the game. After Courtland ran his route, immediately knew his quarterback was in trouble and adjusted to making sure that he got open for a third down conversion, was all about chemistry. There is no one on this team that has more chemistry with Bo than Courtland Sutton. He needs to be the leading target getter for this team. Pat Bryant is developing as a player on this team, and I'm awesome to see his snap count go up. We had a scary moment on a great pitch and catch from him and Bo in this game, and we thought he got hurt, but you saw him come back into the game, which was encouraging. He is turning into a player as well, and he's heating up at just the right time. He is another huge target for Bo when it comes to third down. He's always where he needs to be to make sure to help us keep the chains moving. When I go back and watch this, I have such mixed feelings about Troy Franklin, and I completely understand why Sean Payton sends so many targets his way. He truly is explosive, and he's really improved with his get off the line. He just drops the ball at some frustrating times. And at the same time, my goodness, he had a huge catch on that last final drive. And he has improved from last year, and you hope that at some point here he gets those drops under control. He is a dynamic playmaker that you want to be incorporated in this offense. You just really need him to clean up his drops. Now, speaking of Bo, he had such a great day, and it looks like that 3 days away, and whatever conversations between him and the offense and Sean and the coaching staff, it was well placed for this game. His feet looked so much better. He looked so much more relaxed. He didn't have a passing touchdown in this game, but my goodness, he had some big time throws to help keep the offense on the field and to help get us in position for scoring and winning this game. He made throws on every level of the field, and if this is the start of some consistency around that level of play, it's coming at exactly the right time, and I'm excited. My respect continues to grow for this young man. With the adversity that he faces and the pressure that builds around him, it seems to fuel him, and he just performs. I'm loving the little things that we learn about him, from how he leads to the little leak we heard around his voiced displeasure of all the personnel changes that were happening on the field when he was trying to help the offense find some rhythm, to this last press conference where he quoted Ice Cube and said, "If you're afraid, go to church." I don't know what else to say except that this kid has some swagger. This kid has the right level of confidence. And you can tell with how he guided that final drive that he's also a student of the game. I'm loving Bo Nix. And with who he is, I don't know how you could have any doubt that he's just going to get better and better and better. For the special teams, huge bounce back for this group. From the Marvin Mims return, welcome back, we needed you, to the point after block from Frank Crum, to Will Lutz, who was clutch 5 for 5 on his field goals, including a huge 54-yard game-tying field goal, and then of course another clutch 35-yard game-winning field goal from Will Lutz. The man has ice in his veins. Welcome back to Jeremy Crawshaw. I fully expected him to have a bounce-back game. He's been consistent for us all season, and I think the Denver weather just got to him last week. Great punting effort from Jeremy Crawshaw today. 4 punts, 52.8-yard average, 3 of those 4 inside the 20. Welcome back, Jeremy Crawshaw. In terms of build the bunker, bring the thunder, when I think about build the bunker, there's nothing significantly scary that I'm keeping my eye on, but I do want us to continue to build on the running game, right? With J.K. Dobbins unfortunately being out for the year, this is a huge opportunity for R.J. Harvey to step up in terms of the run game, and for the other runners like Jaleel McLaughlin or Tyler Bidet to really step up in the run game to make sure we have a balanced attack on offense. We're going to be keeping our eyes on that one. The other thing we're keeping our eyes on are the penalties. This continues to be a big bugaboo for us as a team. 10 penalties today for 147 yards. A big chunk of those yards coming from those 2 pass interference calls on Riley Moss. We've got to get better in this department in order to make sure it's not going to tragically set us back at some point this season. In terms of Bring the Thunder, special teams. This is how we want our special teams to play. This is how we expected our special teams to play when Darren Rizzi came into the building. Let's keep it up, special teams. You are a difference maker for us and can be the reason that we win some of these games. The other thing we want to bring the Thunder on is the way the offense overall operated today. You could see there were less personnel changes and there was quicker operation of getting the play in the huddle. Bo felt more settled. It didn't feel like they had to rush to the line just to get the play off, which to me, when you've got all of the personnel having to rush to execution, that's where the mistakes come from. That's where the penalties come from. And the overall operation for the offense just looked better. Keep it up, offense. All right, when it comes to weekly salutes, there are a couple that I want to give out this week. Number 1 is Will Lutz. He continues to be clutch for us. Mr. Special Teams Player of the Month for October has continued his performance. 5 field goals today. He also continues to be clutch when it comes to that kickoff, having kick returners start from inside the 1 when they're returning the football. He's incredibly good at that, and that's really helped when it comes to the field position battle on the field. Will Lutz, salute to you, sir. Great performance on Sunday. Keep it going. And then finally, I want to give a salute to Jaquan McMillan. His performance on Sunday, 2 sacks, an interception, a pass defensed. It's that kind of performance that gives you so much confidence in this defense. No matter what's going on, somebody's going to step in, somebody's going to fill the gap, somebody's going to make a play to make sure we're in a position to win these games. And this week, Jaquan McMillan, that was you. Salute to you, sir, and the performance on Sunday. Let's keep it going. The Broncos did exactly what they needed to do before heading into the bye week. They are 9-2 and sit atop the AFC. This next week is all about healing up, getting rest, and focusing on our rooting interest for the Broncos. They've earned some much-deserved rest before a final push this season and into the playoffs. What have you learned about this team after 11 games? What's been your favorite part of this season? For me, getting a solid win over the defending AFC West champs has to be at the top of that list. This team looked good, and we couldn't ask to be in a better position than we are heading into our bye. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, be kind. Talk to you soon, Broncos country.